What is going on, guys? NJ205 Gunner here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade Hashmal from the second season of Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. Now, some things happened before I reviewed this, so yeah, excuse my mood dampening, but anyways, let's get on to the review. So, this is the Hashmal, and I really do not know how to review this because, yeah, it isn't the base model that is tall, it's just the stand that is tall, and yeah, you can see that when I spin it, it just swings around. Let me put the camera back. There we go. So, yeah, the first mobile armor in the anime, and it actually looks pretty cool. And yeah, it actually doesn't take up too much space in width, but more in height. Yeah, as I said, because of the stand. And yeah, as Mikazuki said, it actually looks like a bird. And yeah, can't imagine this guy to be an angel. So yeah, you can see right off the bat one of the drawbacks of this kit, the wire. Yeah, whenever it comes down to wire guided weapons, Bandai are not very good with it because the wire doesn't stay on pretty efficiently. So it will fall off from time to time, especially when this guy is attached back in the back of the head, because yeah, if you swing the head, you swing the tail, so you have to adjust everything if you want to move the head and pose it. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. But anyways, yeah, the color scheme, I would say it's missing a bit, but overall it is pretty cool. So for stickers, you have let me see. I really do not. Yeah. Let's go off by what I can find first. So you have this one at the back of the head, and then these ones on either side of these 4 pieces, and the gray ones on here, and then the red ones here, here, and here. So that's all you can see right now. And yeah, so let me just open it up. So what you need to do is to not turn the wings, put down the legs, rotate them, bend them to relax it, to make it into a more natural pose. Open up the claws. Alright, I'm back with the claws open, and I actually decided to take the tail off because it is actually hindering a lot in my review. So yeah, open up the claws and then extend the arms. So you have the arms, or supposedly what I like to call talons, deployed. Yeah, and you can see the problems right here and now, because the rectangular slot into the arms is not that bad of an idea, but it sometimes just falls off too easily. So yeah, you might need to consider stiffening the joint before you build this thing. And then here is the Hashmal transformed. So we got even more stickers. So the only ones I put on is these gray pieces on the arms, and there are supposedly gray ones that fold in here. But then when I tried it on one of the claws, although I am building it wrongly at the time, if you stick those stickers on, it would increase the thickness of the actual piece, because the red one needs to go into the white one. So I might as well just leave it be. So that's all the details for the Hashmal. So for articulation, this is gonna get a bit weird because I'm used to reviewing mobile suits but not mobile armors. So the head, first of all, is on this kind of a neck joint down here, and then it's on a ball joint at the actual head itself. And you can see the third problem of this: the head pieces fall off so easily. So yeah, and then there is a joint back at the back of the head, so you can maneuver around the tail however you want, but you need to like adjust the wire. And then the shoulder armor is independent, but be careful if it's falling off. The arms, yeah, they can rotate. They can rotate up here, which is weird, because you need to rotate the binder with it. And then it can, yeah, obviously go out. And there's a single joint at the elbow, I may say. And then you can extend or retract the actual arm to your liking. And then the claws, they do not have any movement at the base, but each of the claws can move at the ball joint here and at an independent joint over here. And these pieces can move for some reason. And then the wings, actually they can move up and down. And finally, these can rotate. So it's not that bad, but yeah, it is enough for like a mobile armor like in this size. So posing possibilities is not that vast, but you can get a good amount of poses with this thing, because yeah, this thing is just so big, and you really want to prevent posing it to occupy too much shelf space. So for the accessories, let's start off with this signature weapon, the beam cannon. It's called beam weapon on the instruction pamphlet, so I'm not gonna go by that. So let me take off the head if I can. So I took off this thing, and you need to take off the chin. And what you need to do is to rotate this piece up. And then you see these two slots, it goes into these two holes. So you just slot them in and as like the jaw is open. And then what you need to do for the headpiece, you need to tear off the chins. And then you see there's two pegs over here, so you put it up into the upper one, which makes it extremely loose. So might as well consider stiffening the joints again. And then there's this vertical rectangular hole. You put it onto the horizontal one on the actual gray joint itself. So here we go. So now it basically reminds me of the Shambalo from Mobile Gundam Unicorn. And yeah, these pieces and these pieces, actually the entirety of the armor on the head is actually very loose. So take note of that, stiffen the joints before you build it. And then it comes with this Kamehameha from Son Goku. But you just put it in, and it's actually kind of loose on mine. I think it's probably because I did not build it correctly, or just sandwich the joints together perfectly. So let me try to put this back on. So there we go. And it actually goes out of place, so despite the fact that I do not have any shelf space, I'm not gonna display the Hashmal shooting the cannon, because the beam effect goes out of place. And also I need to like fix the headpieces from time to time. And then you have the tail, which I removed for now. So the tail, yeah, it's on your standard wire. It's on your standard wire, but you need to add a little bit of force to it because the wire is thick. So yeah, that's basically that. And then you have the kinetic energy bullets. So these go into the centers of the claws. So there's a hole, and then you just plug it in. So you have the bullets attached to its claws, so you can shoot it. So that's the actual accessories for the Hashmal. But then it comes with the Pluma unit, which, yeah, is actually in the colors of the plum. And there's a lot of stickers on this thing. So, oh, okay. So you have 2 stickers on here, and then 1 entire gray sticker on here. And this piece falls off relatively easily, so you might want to consider gluing it in because it doesn't need to move anyway. And then you have the mono eye, which I'm happy about. And then you have this disgustingly pasted on gray on the actual hatch, which I don't know why it opened. So for the articulation of this guy, you have solid plastic ball joints, no polycasts in this whatsoever, and then you have the hinge at the actual arm. Unfortunately, there's no motion for the tail, and yeah, that's basically it. And it uses this hole and goes into the stand which the tail connects in. Oh, I lied. There's just this joint for the tail. So there we go. And I will not take the trouble, but if you feed the wire from the head into the hole through the stand and then cut it off with the tail, yeah, you can have these 2 displayed together. So that's all the accessories for the Hashmal and Pluma. So I haven't got any relevant comparisons because I do not own any mobile armors except for this one, which is already small. So let me bring in the Gundam Flauros. And yeah, you can see the size. Although the Pluma is small relatively, it's still kind of big for the mobile suits. And finally, yeah, I forgot to mention, it comes with the sword for the Gundam Barbatos Lupus. I forgot because I equipped it on it. And yeah, looks pretty cool. And it actually looks like a katana now because it has the hilt, and then the handle, and then the blade. It also has the power buttons on these imprinted on the blade. So here it is. Nobody in any photo reviews mentioned how wide this thing is. So I have a 30cm metal ruler, and from the the tips of the wings are also stickers. Anyways, from the tip to the bottom of the ruler, it is still wider than it. So it's probably 33 to 34 centimeters wide, I may say. So yeah, that's how much you need to spare on your shelf before you buy this thing. So I'm gonna end the review off here. I'm not gonna do the usual outro, but anyways, tell me in the comments below, what do you think of the Hashmal in the anime and the actual model counterpart. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next review, and Happy New Year to all of you. See you guys next year.